Welcome to this episode of Personal Finance Podcast. In these podcast series, we always focus more on investor management rather than investments management. Our aim is to try and understand our investment behavior, our biases, what we can control, and what we need to learn beyond the daily news and headlines that we are exposed to 24/7. So, what is today's story? Today's story is inspired by my interaction with my client, a very well respected, very well known senior doctor in Mumbai, a very smart investor, a long term investor. While we were having a discussion, he too mentioned, like many others, I have been talking to the who's who of the banking industry. Most tell me that there is a lot of uncertainty, so I should be cautious. Next 1 to 2 years, the markets may not go anywhere. So I should be very careful if I should put in my money or when I should put in my money. Maybe buying gold is better. What do you say? Many more queries like this, not just by 1 or 2 people, but many clients. And this is because we are surrounded by news, opinions, predictions every hour by so-called experts. We have coffee table conversations and people come with their own suggestions. This can cause fear, confusion to any investor, making him wonder, am I doing the right thing? I recently read an article even. A global bank's head of wealth recently said, we remain cautious in terms of where to deploy incremental risk assets. Our message has not been to liquidate your portfolio and go to cash. Our message has been right now there's great uncertainty. Really? Is that supposed to sound profound? To me, it just sounds like noise dressed up as research. Let's just understand this a bit. We remain cautious. We are unsure where to deploy the risk capital. There is uncertainty. We are not saying sell. We are not saying buy. We are not saying stay still. We are just saying be aware. If this was meant to provide clarity to investors, it has done the exact opposite. Here's the thing. When has there been no uncertainty? Let's see. 2025 right now, US sanctions and global trade war. If we go back 2020, COVID. If we look at 2016, 2017, there was demonetization and GST implementation. 2008, the big financial breakdown when one big bank in the US called Lehman Brothers collapsed. 1999, we had the Kargil War. 1991, we had the economic crisis where our economy was finally liberalized. And the list goes on and on. Every year, every few years brings with it a new headline, a new fear, a new flavor of uncertainty. Markets have gone through wars, terror attacks, recession, pandemic, elections, rate hikes, geopolitical tensions, trade wars, currency collapses, oil price shocks, etc. And yet, through it all, businesses continue to operate. Technology continues to evolve, and markets, yes, even with all this volatility, continue to move forward. So let me ask a simple question. What should an investor do with the advice there is great uncertainty? Should they pause? Should they act? Should they move to cash, just redeem everything? Should they wait for the world to become certain? Because if that's the plan, let me save you some time here. The world will never become certain. Uncertainty is not a bug in the system, it is the system. It is what drives opportunity. It is what makes the market a market. But for some reason, most financial institutions and advisors feel the need to state the obvious. They issue long reports filled with jargons and charts, all to conclude, we don't know what's next, be cautious. Well, thanks for nothing. If anything, such messaging does more harm than good because it makes investors second guess, it makes them doubt their plan, it plants the seeds of fear under the guise of wisdom. So here's the real wisdom. Long-term investing is not about eliminating uncertainty. It's about learning to live with it. It's about building a portfolio and a plan that's resilient because of uncertainty, not despite it. It's about understanding that the business you invest in is not sitting still. They are not waiting for clarity. They are acting, they're building, they're growing, they're adapting. Let me remind you, if you own Apple, you own a piece of company that touches billions of lives every day. If you own HDFC Bank, you own a business that manages financial lives of millions. If you own TCS, you're backing one of the world's most solid technology workforces. But that gets forgotten when headlines scream uncertainty, when every talking head sounds like they are bracing for doomsday, just in case. But here's the game. If the markets go up, they all say we remain cautious, we remain optimistic. If the markets go down, they say we warned you, this was uncertain. Either way, they win. It's professional ambiguity. It's research that sounds smart but says nothing. What is the clarity then? It's simple. Stay invested. Ignore this noise. Own quality. Think long term and focus on what you can control. It's simple. But trust me, it's not easy with the best of investors. Because the moment you open your phone, you turn on the news or read one of these global updates or talk to the well-informed people, you are hit with opinions, projections, warning, none of which help you make a better decision. Because here's the beautiful paradox of investing. The more uncertain things seem, the more certain your plans should be. Not because you have all answers, but because you know the question you're solving for. You are solving for your life goals, financial freedom, security, purpose, peace of mind. These aren't market timing goals. These are life goals. And the only way to get there is through consistency, not just when things are easy, but especially when things feel uncertain. So next time someone from a big institution says that there is uncertainty, there is caution right now to be seen, you ask yourself, what are they saying? What are they advising? What will I do with this information? If the answer to that is nothing, you can move on. Because you don't need vague commentary. You need real conviction. You need someone who understands not just the market, but your life. If your money has a mission, if your plan has been built thoughtfully, if your portfolio has been aligned with your purpose in life, then you already know what to do. Buy and build, stay the course, turn down the volume. That's what smart investing looks like. And that's what nonsense-proof advice feels like. Let me just go back to my client's query, and I had this real conversation with him and his wife. Because what they were experiencing wasn't about the stock market. It was about fear. It was about the human tendency to react. So I did a fact check. The India-Pakistan relationship has been volatile for decades. Let's look at some numbers. India's Geopolitical Risk Index, it's called the GPR Index, a tool that quantifies the sensitivity of the market to conflict. That has shown that during the past India-Pakistan tensions, this index rose by about an average of 0.2%. So what happens when the index rises? The markets typically fall or correct by 3 to 4%, and sometimes within 10 days of the event. And they recover in about a couple of months. That's it. There's no 20%, no 30%, no 40% crash. Not a prolonged bear market, just a short-term wobble. In the 4 India-Pakistan conflict since 2000, the median, the average correction in Nifty has been 4%. I'm not suggesting that this pattern will follow, but this is pure data. And recovery has been just about a month or two. Why does this happen? Because markets are forward-looking. Market price, it prices in the uncertainty very, very quickly. And wars, nuclear or global in scale, rarely impact long-term fundamentals of business. Corporate earnings, economic growth, demographics, consumption patterns. These are the real levers of market performance. Not the headlines, not the noise, not the panic. I walked my client through all of this. And more importantly, I reminded them of the plan. You have 8 months of expenses kept aside in liquid fund for emergency. Your daughter's marriage corpus is already earmarked. Your retirement strategy assumes multiple withdrawals along the way for the next 20 years, including sharp corrections. We have stress tested your portfolio. We have planned for events and situations like this. And I guess that's when something shifted in them. Because they realized this wasn't a crisis. It was a test of their temperament, a test of their ability to stay grounded when the world around was shaking. You see, markets don't require us to predict. They only require us to prepare. I hope this perspective helps you. If you have any feedback, feel free to get back to me. 98206 66019 is my number. Take care. God bless.